Hey friend, it's Laquana Brumfield, the real life writer, giving you a glimpse into my life as a writer and bringing you one step closer to becoming one. So today I kind of want to talk about the announcement I made on social media the other day about moving to Kuwait and like how I got here, why I'm not a full-time writer anymore, and what I'm doing now and in the future. So to jump right in, I moved to Kuwait. I'm not a full-time writer anymore, and I kind of just want to walk you through that, like how that happened, what's going on now, and things like that. So kind of how I decided to move. I was like unhappy in the States for a long time. I really wanted to get away. If you were following me last year on social media, you saw me kind of go to Mexico and check it out. And I really love Mexico. I fell in love with Playa del Carmen, where I was staying in Mexico, and Cancun, and just all around the area. I really fell in love with it. But when I got back home, I was kind of presented with this opportunity, and I ended up taking it. In the United States, I just felt like my mental and physical health just wasn't there. I was gaining so much weight. My brain was always foggy. It was just a lot going on at home that I just needed to get away. I needed a breath of fresh air, and I just needed something different. Aside from that, like, my business was kind of going in a way that I didn't want it to go. If you know, I created the Majestic Pen back in 2016. I still work with some of the same clients I started with. I still have repeat customers that come to me all the time, back to back, for the same kind of things they always hired me for academic writing, for copywriting, for all of those things. I still have those same clients that always return, come back, and hire me to do more projects. So the reason I say that the Majestic Pen wasn't going in the way I wanted it to go in is because when I stepped out and decided I was going to be a full-time entrepreneur, I didn't factor in a lot of things. And some of those things were how much it takes to run a business, how to separate my personal money from my business money. So many mistakes that I made as a full-time entrepreneur. And I kind of, if you see me looking down, it's just me looking at my notes, and I made notes because I didn't want to leave anything out. I kind of want to give you everything in this video, so it's like no unanswered questions. But if there is still some unanswered questions after watching this video, hit me up on social media. We can always talk about it. So yeah, so the mistakes that I made in my business, it was just living solely off the money that I was making in my business. I wasn't making enough to like afford to outsource or hire the help that I needed. I knew I needed a junior writer because I was getting so many projects that it was so much. It was so draining for me to try to write them all myself. I knew I needed an editor because when I'm writing, I'm in a groove. I'm getting it done. I'm pushing it out. So I always need a second set of eyes on my work to make sure I'm pushing out quality work. I never want to push out anything that's not quality to my clients because, like I said, I have some of the same clients that I've always worked with since 2016. And it's the reason why my business has kept going with me being in another country, with me not being on social media, with me not being in constant contact all the time with the people that I'm working for. These people trust me, they know me, they like me, and I'm able to always be able to work for them. So another thing that was kind of like a mistake that I made as a full-time entrepreneur, it was just I got to a place that I was tired of writing in a way that I didn't want to write, if that makes sense. Like, I was just tired of doing what I love in a way that I didn't love it. I felt like I had just become like a kind of like a content machine, or kind of like something that was just somebody that was just like um churning out one thing after another, pushing it out, giving it to who it belongs to, and then I was right back on the other on another project, and it just kind of became too much for me to kind of keep up with. So that was a mistake I made. I easily got burnt out because although you wish for an influx of clients, like you want to be able to handle those clients when they come to you. And I could handle them, but I was running myself into the ground really fast. And so I got to a place where I was just tired and I wanted to step away from being a full-time writer. I needed to go back to the drawing board, figure out what I did wrong, and come back stronger. Entrepreneurship is very, very expensive, and I didn't take that into account when I decided that I was going to jump into entrepreneurship full speed ahead. I didn't account for how much money that I would spend out, and I didn't account for how I would make that money back, and I didn't account for my profit and losses to be able to make the type of money I wanted to make, sustain my lifestyle, and grow my business at the same time. I didn't think about any of that. I just kind of jumped out there and was like, oh, I'm a full-time entrepreneur, I'll make it work. And that's kind of what I always do with everything. Like, I make it work. Like, if you've been following me for a while, you know, like, I'm gonna turn some lemons into some lemonade, honey. I'm gonna do it. So that's kind of how I jumped into full-time entrepreneurship, and I didn't like it. I can't say that I did in that one year, 1.5 year that I was full-time. I can't say that I was in love. And it's not that full-time entrepreneurship is not for me or it's not for you. It just, I was doing it wrong. And I had to really like sit in it and know that I was doing it wrong. And it's okay to do something wrong, learn from it, and then turn around and do it right. So I kind of want to talk about getting back to my happy place in my life, in my writing, and like why I decided to come back to the workforce temporarily. So when I came to Kuwait, I was hired on as a contractor for 1 year. So this contract that I'm on in Kuwait is a 1-year contract. I've been here for 6 months. So in 6 months, I'll be coming home. So I also needed to one of the reasons that I chose to come over here because I needed a nest egg. I needed to build money to sustain my lifestyle, to sustain my son's lifestyle, and also grow my business at the same time. I could not do that just on the money that I was making from my business. So I decided to come back to the workforce, build that nest egg, have a lot of savings so that when I do jump back into full-time entrepreneurship, I'm not jumping out there with just what I'm making, you know, right then. I'm giving myself time to make the type of revenue that I want to live off of. I don't know about you, but I don't like being broke. And the American economy right now is crazy. I don't like the way I feel when I'm broke. I can't think straight when I'm broke. I can't sleep. I'm up in the middle of the night trying to figure out how I can make money. I'm not a type of person that can be broke and happy. I am a minimalist. If you follow me a lot, you know I give away so much. I don't really own anything that's like a lot of clothes, shoes. I don't do that kind of stuff, but I like for my bank account to look nice. I don't like to be broke. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do with coming back to the workforce. And then I'm looking at the notes and I'm still drawing a blank. I don't know what I want to say next, but I would skip to number 5, which is like how long I've been in Kuwait, how much longer I'm staying. So like I said, I've been here for 6 months already. My contract is for 1 year, so I only have 6 months left on my contract. I'm looking to return home later in this year. But I honestly don't know if I will go back to writing full-time or continue working and writing part-time, because like I said, writing is my passion. Coaching people how to write books and publish books that will catapult their business, build their brand, build authority, build awareness of their brand. That is my passion. I always want to be giving my all into that. So I don't know if I actually want to live off of the money that I work, because once something becomes your career, once it becomes the thing that you solely make money off of, and I'm trying to be as transparent and as vulnerable as I can with y'all, because I know so many entrepreneurs get on social media and tell you like, oh, quit your job. I'm never gonna tell you, look, I'm not gonna tell you quit your job. And if I ever said that anywhere that you can find online, go back and pop my hand, because Yes, I quit my job, and yes, I was happy about it, and yes, I'm still happy about it because I learned so much as a full-time entrepreneur about business and how to grow my business. I just didn't have the funds to do it. So I'm never going to tell you to quit your job, or entrepreneurship is easy. It's not. Both of those two things are very, very hard. It's hard to quit your job and give up steady income that you know is going to come at a certain time, at a certain week, certain month, whatever. And it's also hard to jump out here in these entrepreneurship streets and make it work. So I never want to be the person to tell you that. So I just don't know if I'm going to continue working full-time and write part-time, or go back to my life as a full-time writer. You will know when I know, so I'll let you know that. Being a part-time writer, I had to like switch up a lot of things that I was doing. Like when I was writing full-time and just working for myself, like I was getting up at 10 o'clock, I was going to the coffee shop, sitting there staring for hours, and then I kind of figure out what I was gonna do that day. Everything was on a whim most days because I am definitely a spirit-led person. I do not like planning my days out. I do not like having a lot of structure in my life. I kind of want to like go as I please, do what I please, learn on the go. I'm one of those people. I don't ever want to get stuck in a routine, and that's probably why I don't like the workforce. I don't like getting up at a certain time, doing this every day. But what being back in the workforce has taught me that is that you need structure. You need to know what time you're gonna do things. You need to know, you need to plan out your day, because if I don't plan out my day, then I won't get to write. Over here on this contract I'm on, I work 12-hour days. So if I don't plan out exactly when I'm going to write, what days I'm going to record to give you guys these YouTube videos, what days I'm going to do content, what times I'm going to post that content, all of that stuff, if I don't plan that out, then it'll never get done, because it's just not that much time in the day. It's not that much energy in the world. So I had to learn how to plan it strategically to be able to come back to social media, to be able to come back to YouTube, to be able to flourish in my business as much as I want to, because that's the ultimate goal for me. I'm always a business girl. Like I said, I created the Majestic Pen in 2016. I ran it from 2016 to 2018, working full time as a technician at my military unit. If you don't know, I'm in the Mississippi Army National Guard. I am a Army officer, so I ran my business for 2 years, working full time. And then from 2018 to like 2020, I was running my business while running another business, because I created the Shop the Kenny bus, so I was running that business as well. And I was also going to school to become an Army officer. So I started back college 2018, going back to school to get my master's. I also did the ROTC program simultaneously with that, so that I can become an officer. And then I went off to Bolic. So after my last Army school, that's when I decided I wanted to jump headfirst into entrepreneurship. I was tired of working for somebody else. I was tired of giving so much to the Army, and I love the Army. If you know me, you know I love being a officer. I love being in the military. But at a certain time, if that's something that you did since you were 17 years old to, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am right now, but in my 30s until you know 30 years old, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to kind of like come to grips with. Like, this has been my whole life, my whole adult life. So and I'm a creative, so I wanted to create and so that's what I did. So being a part-time writer has given me a lot of structure. And if you didn't notice by that long rant I just went on, I need structure, which is why I got my outline right here, because I would go to talking about this, talking about that, doing this, doing that. I'm just one of those people. So and I've also learned how to habit stack from coming back to the workforce. So now when I walk every day at work. Because I also losing weight right now. I'm on a weight loss journey. So every day while I'm at work on my lunch break, I go for a 45-minute walk. And while I'm on that 45-minute walk, I use that as my time to listen to audiobooks. So I'm getting my reading in, writing in. And of course, I love physical books, so I'm gonna read a physical book too. But I'm listening to audiobooks like I just finished Chillpreneur by Denise Duffield, I think her last name. I just finished that, Chillpreneur. I'm listening to one of Grant Cardone books right now. I have everybody audiobooks on my Audible right now that I listen to while I walk. So I've learned how to work out, listen to my books, or watch valuable YouTube videos where I'm learning something every day. I want to learn something every day. Even if I'm in a workforce, if I'm working full time in my business, I always want to learn something. So I'm out here consuming information every single day, and I do it in a way of habit stacking so that I can get this done and that done at the same time. I also learned that I am not the go-to girl. I'm not the go-to girl for everything or all things writing. I never want to be the go-to girl again. That's another thing that kind of burned me out on writing full-time. I was the go-to girl for all writing. I was writing business plans. I was writing resumes. I was writing academic essays. I was helping people write and publish books. I was ghost writing books. Like, all within 2022, I did all of that writing by myself, mostly because I didn't hire the girls that I hired in my business until I came over here and started working this job. So I was doing all of that writing by myself, the go-to girl. So I learned that I never want to be the go-to girl anymore. I want to stick to my corner, which is copywriting and book coaching. But the Majestic Pen will always offer academic writing. I never want to drop the ball on my academic customers, but I'm just not the person that's going to write those papers for you. I am going to intake you. I'm going to talk to you until I hand that off to my assistant. I'm going to still be the worst person to intake you, talk you through the process. But when it comes in, when the order comes in, it always goes to my junior writer. I don't write any more academic essays. I haven't for a while now. So if you've been hiring me to write essays and you've been getting a 100 or you've been getting good grades, that's to show you that my business can still run with me not being in every aspect of it. I don't want to be in every aspect of it. I want to be where my genius lies, and that's in copywriting. That's in coaching you how to write your books and publish your books so that it helps your brand. I'm that girl. So I'm not the go-to girl for all things writing anymore. And I just learned to stay in my corner. Like, I never want to be the go-to girl anymore. The last thing that I want to talk about in this video was what I plan to talk about on this YouTube channel. If you've been following this YouTube channel for a while, and I only have about 51 subscribers, but if you are one of the 51, then you know that this channel has been through a lot. I gave you guys travel content when I was traveling in a van. I gave you guys content about me buying a bus and turning it into a mobile boutique. I always give you guys writing content. I'm a writer, so I'm always going to talk about writing. I'm always going to talk about books, but I kind of want you to know like where this channel is going. I'm going to be giving you a lot of behind the scenes of me as a writer, because this channel is kind of moving into a coaching writer's lifestyle channel. I want to be able to coach people from this YouTube on how to write, publish their books, how to get the most money from their books, how to build the author brand, how to always be writing what you're called to write, not just putting anything out there, but writing books that's gonna actually build your brand and make you money. And then I'm going to be posting a lot of behind the scenes of like my travel. I'm a travel girl too. I've always been a travel girl. So if I go somewhere, I'm going to give you a day in the life video. You're going to get some travel content on this channel. You're also going to get educational videos about entrepreneurship. I love to talk about business. I love to talk about how to grow your business, how to not make the mistakes I've made in business, how to kind of avoid that. And I'm a person that always want to share what I've learned so that it can help other people, because I feel like business or entrepreneurship is a ministry, and if you're not passing along what you've learned, then you are kind of doing everyone that's coming after you a disservice, because no one knows, just like parenting, no one knows how to raise children. No one knows how to be the perfect parent. So when you do it and you're in that moment, it's always good to take in your experiences so that you get pass it along to the next person. Don't be gatekeepers. Do not be gatekeepers. That's the worst thing you can do, is know some information that somebody needs and hold it to yourself. Like, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Don't do that. So yeah, so I kind of want to do that. And then I kind of just want to be on this YouTube channel to hold myself accountable, because I am definitely the type of person that will disappear while I work and then pop back up when I got the finished product, like, look what I made. Look what I did. So I'm trying to stop being that person. I just always disappear when I'm in work mode. But this YouTube channel is gonna hold me accountable for giving y'all the content of me going through the struggle, because writing a book is hard. Running a business is hard, and I kind of want to show y'all that struggle that I go through on a daily, so that you know, when you in those moments, it doesn't mean that you're not a good writer. It doesn't mean that you're not a good business owner. You're just going through the struggle that every single one of us go through, and I kind of just want to show you that struggle and be here with you in that moment. So there's that. And then I just want to kind of show you the tons of work that's being done behind the scenes. Like, it's tears being cried, like it's sacrifices being made. It is a lot being done behind the scenes. So I kind of want to give you that too. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, chatting today, and talking about like where the heck I've been and what I'm doing and when I'll be, you know, popping back up in your life, which is always, I'm never gonna disappear again. No, that's my art. I love disappearing. So I may disappear again, but I'm always gonna be giving you content so that you are fully fed while I'm away. So there's that. Thank you for joining me on this talk. Welcome back to my channel, because I know I've been gone for a while. The locks be flourishing. I just love them. I love the locks. But anyway, so yeah, welcome back. I hope to see you here. I do not want to promise that I'm gonna give a video every week, but I have it in my mind that I am gonna shoot these videos on Sunday and then give them to you on Monday every single week. So if you see me not showing up, like, hop in my DMs and be like, girl, where you at? Because you said you was gonna give us that content. You said you was gonna help me write this book, and you've been like not showing up. So I also want to show y'all Kuwait. Kuwait is beautiful, and some people got the wrong idea of what Kuwait is. So I want to give you that as well. So hold me accountable, and I will see you next time. With love always.